back to Channel 26 News at 11. Continuing our series about the AIDS pandemic, we look this week at the African American Church and how it's dealing with this issue, as well as the issue of homosexuality. For some time now, many religious leaders have felt that AIDS is God's punishment for gays and lesbians for their sinful lifestyle. More recently, though, researchers have come up with 3 factors concerning the cause of black churches' stance on AIDS and homosexuality. One is religious beliefs, that the Bible itself strictly condemns homosexuality. Second, that homophobia is a psychocultural response to the history of white exploitation of black sexuality. And 3, that it is an act of racial survival consciousness, wherein homosexuals are viewed as weak and African Americans cannot afford to be viewed as such. With more on this issue, we now go to Delilah Marquez. Delilah?
Thanks, Nathaniel. So, in trying to find out more information on this issue, I contacted a number of local congregations to find out how they were dealing with this issue of AIDS and homosexuality in their community.
This is Delilah, and we were wondering if we could we're doing a research project on how the church deals with homosexuals and HIV, and we were wondering if we could get a word with someone about this issue.
Sorry, but we have a full schedule. Maybe another time.
Thank you.
Our pastor is going out of town, so I'm trying to invite him. He'll give you a call back.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but we only work with church members with issues like this.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Well, as you've just seen, I was unfortunately unsuccessful for my numerous attempts to get an interview with a representative from any of these churches. There is, however, a church located in the south side of Chicago that has had an AIDS ministry in place since the 1980s. The Trinity United Church of Christ, led by Reverend Jeremiah Wright, has 3 specific goals they would like to see happen in the black community. 1, to educate pastors and members about HIV/AIDS. 2, to hold workshops and seminars on how this disease is spread. And 3, to form ministries to minister to families dealing with this disease. As Dr. Wright says, God loves everybody. God says everyone who believes in God's Son shall have everlasting life. That includes people with HIV/AIDS, heterosexuals, and homosexuals. Now let's turn to Renee Torres with more on this week's issue. Renee?
Thanks, Delilah. Unlike yourself, I was able to conduct an interview at a gay-friendly church in Oak Park.
Pastor Marty Scott from Euclid Avenue United Methodist Church talked to us about these issues.
I think what's unique about us is we don't just celebrate diversity, we normalize diversity. So whether you're the chair of the trustees or the chair of a finance committee or you're a treasurer of the church or whatever, we have people who are every color and every sexual orientation serving in all of those positions in the church. I think by and large it's just, and we also are working for full inclusion, in the church, so that we would also be working in Illinois to make sure that same-sex unions can happen, etc. Our church regularly goes against, our local church regularly goes against some of the laws of the denomination or whatever. We're challenging that. We took them to the highest court of the denomination, challenge all that stuff. So we are very politically active on behalf of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community. So we're trying to teach our kids to be involved in that, as well. That this is something that we have to own. It's a part of the reality of our human life. It's a part of the suffering of human life. And God does not want us to suffer. That's not part of God's plan. And so, in a sense, we believe that Jesus suffered on the cross. We believe that as long as there are people who are still suffering, Jesus is still suffering on the cross. And we see it as a part of our mission to get him down and to stop the suffering that people are going through.
This is one congregation that is taking AIDS head on.
Now back to you, Nathaniel.
Thank you, Renee and Delilah, for those reports. We'll be back after these messages with sports and weather.
Hello, my name is Mantu, and you can listen if you want to. I have discovered a way to cure the AIDS. Quick.
Toronto condoms.